Greetings, and welcome back to Stellaris, my Commonwealth of Man playthrough. So the galaxy is pretty much embroiled in war. There is a succession war going on with the Second Federation over here between the Vidorisian League and the rest of the Federation versus the hierarchy of Moffith. And we are involved in a war with the Allied Independent Systems, who have been our rivals since the beginning, to rip out a few of their members and turn them into our vassals. We've had a few setbacks. As a matter of fact, both Scylla and Chimera are probably about to lose a battle here over in the focal system against the Battle Corps. I do have the Fortress Legionnaires en route, but it'll be 4 months before they get there. And they have another fleet sneaking around back here to head to Porava. And yet another fleet sneaking around over here, which is the reason Fortress Legionnaires are on their way. Gorgon is being reinforced since it was driven out of the Trappist system, and I'm sending back Pegasus for reinforcements and refits. Yeah, one of my fleets just fled. Scylla withdrew. It says they only took out 2 frigates. And Chimera is listed as having lost. And it did a major amount against the Battle Corps. Still showing that they're here, though. Chimera is here. So Scylla will be out of the picture for 5 months, and we still have another year for that fleet that the mercenaries granted us that for some reason keeps showing up in the middle of the frickin' galaxy and have to spend several years returning.
Fleet action underway.
Medusa is engaged with the Space Amoeba. I think our admiral died when the Devastator was destroyed. Yes, Hans von Falkenstein has died. They have 1 cruiser and 4 battleships left. Did my fleet get entirely destroyed? I don't see Chimera listed anymore. Is Chimera completely gone? Brienne and Stellar Nation broke off the commercial pact with the hegemony of Ubaria. Let's go to the fleet manager. Is Chimera even listed anymore? Yes. It says it has 8 ships left. But it's not being listed as being missing in action, so where is it? It's not showing up anymore.
Battle debris secured.
United Nations of Earth is in a migration treaty with the Miravandian Coalition. Medusa only took shield damage from them. We got no debris from this battle over here, strangely enough, so we'll head over there to take care of that one. But yeah, it looks like Chimera just got completely obliterated. I do not see them anymore. Even though they show up on my fleet manager, not anymore. They're gone. I've got to completely redo Chimera. Let's start retrofitting the fleet again. Just at... well, it says it wants to do it at Safe Station. Their home base is Deneb. I want them refitted at Deneb. Yeah, they're just listed as new fleet now. So apparently they got destroyed. Let's just have it build... actually, let's go ahead and revamp the ships first. Wormlings, Pegasus, and Hippogriff. So we'll go into the ship designer and revamp the Wormling. So we have new engines, new combat computers, new plasma cannons. This should be the final plasma cannon. We also have new barrier point defense and upgraded armor. And shields. Boy, that puts it just on the edge of its power, having 2 shields and a shield capacitor. Yeah, I decided when I was revamping the Dragon class earlier to basically make it heavier on shields and use the shield capacitors, because I want them to be a little bit more defended, I guess you would say. That puts it too low on power. That shield capacitor uses 20. Well, that's unfortunate because there's no more power I can give it unless I get rid of the shield capacitor. And anything I give it here would cost power. So I'm guessing the worm, we give it regenerative hull tissue and heavier on the armor. It's got fairly weak shields now, unfortunately, which I don't like. And it's going to get even lower on the power when we get the upgraded jump drive or upgraded sensors or even better combat computers. About the only reactor we could improve this with would be a dark matter reactor. I think with the worm, I'm actually going to use the crystal-infused plating since it was having power issues. It's going to have regenerative hull tissue, 3 armors, and 1 crystal-infused plating, just for a bit extra hull points. So frigates get 400 base, which is twice what a corvette gets, but they're the same size, basically. Frigates are just built a little tougher, it appears. Of course, they're also slower, but not by much. Okay, redesigned all the ships. We're going to have to get a few churned out here at Safe to start the fleet over again. Whatever the enigmatic cache's purpose here on Leffingwell may have been, it has come to an end. As abruptly as it arrived, the enigmatic cache is now leaving. Relief for the citizens of Leffingwell. Gloswerhenian broke their migration treaty with the Allied Multics. Felnol is at war with the Interstellar Picarian Coalition. And the Recruitum Imperium and Gudgun Commonwealth. It is a war of humiliation. Star Realm of Shar broke their migrating treaty with the hegemony of Ubaria. So yeah, pretty much everybody in the galaxy is at war now. Let's check the contacts tab. Okay, the Adnorans Reapers are not currently at war with anyone. And a couple of the smaller ones, the Allied Multics. Of course, my vassals that don't join into my wars. The Great Huron Hierarchy. Habinti Unified Worlds. Genlot. Next Nexus. Oh yeah, I guess the Tendra Zun and they're not currently at war. But everyone else is at war. Well, the Star Realms of Shar are not shown as listing at being at war, but they are part of the Pan-Galactic Pact. So I guess it's just all the subjects of the hierarchy of Moffith are against the hierarchy of Moffith. Oclaran Interplanetary Confederacy entered into a migration treaty with the Star Realm of Shar.
Battle debris secured.
We got a little bit more progress toward jump drives in the Dawkins system. That was the last debris there. Now we're back to get the 2 over in Etrevip.
Sword 1 Actual reports all ground objectives secured.
We have secured Glugbodef, or Glugobder. There is 1 planet left to secure in this sector, or system. It's got a token garrison. So we have 1 planet there, 4 here, that's 5 planets, and 1 here, that's 6. And we're at minus 300 for unoccupied planets. Of course, that's because we have 3 systems with planets. When we get this one, it'll drop by 100. When we get this system, it'll drop by 100, and when we get this system, it'll drop by 100. I see another fleet en route. Oh, no, the Aether Corps were headed back to Vith A. That's right. They weren't sneaking around. We've just got to worry about the Griffin, Spearhead Fleet, and the Glosswerhenian Battle Corps. Where are the Stormlords going? We will be there in 4 months still. United Nations of Earth has a migration treaty with the Citizens Alliance of Orcam Fung. Alright, they're withdrawing. They're returning to 5th A. Okay, so once we resecure this system, we'll have a small breather, but we're eventually going to need to come back to the Trappist system.
Ground forces are dropping on target.
Strike Force Chimera is back. Yay! Your home base is Deneb. Return to Deneb. Yeah, this should be a fairly easy fight, even though we're starting to get beat up. United Latrepian Domains broke their migration treaty with the hierarchy of Moffith. We have a new proposal. Repeal neutral defenders from the hierarchy of Moffith. While the professionalism of defense contractors is undeniable, the empires of the galactic community should not rely too heavily upon private peacekeeping. They want this repealed because this makes you in breach if you don't have a mercenary company at war. No, I want this one to stay in effect. We're about to lose a human, I think.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Oh, a science ship. A science ship popped up back there. The Griffin Spearhead Fleet has entered into Porava, and we are going to engage them. Why is Strike Force Medusa still all the way over here? Go engage them.
Fleet action underway.
Well, it looks like Bud Gob is under control. And I think we will be winning this handily. They'll be taking damage being in our bulwark. That one is turned around to follow the Griffin Spearhead, who is the one we're about to obliterate. So they changed their mind from returning there. After we flip focal, we got to figure out where we need to be. We do have a small task force over in this vicinity. We do not have the strength to handle this 60K if it comes in without the assistance of everything in here. I think Task Force Hippogriff, if it looks like they're actually headed up this way, Task Force Hippogriff will take point and see if I can pull people back down there. Right now they've all broken off to do bombardment. Let's see how well they're doing here. Not great. I decided to start hotkeying planets that are about to grow, that have a population that I'm going to have to relocate down here so that I can remember them a lot easier. It make it a lot easier on my
Science
maintenance.
Division reports a new breakthrough.
Without having to really go through every planet and double check, I can just quickly look down here and see if I'm on one of the highlighted ones. Improved battleship hulls. Advances in building techniques allow for the construction of sturdier, more durable battleships. Now this is applied immediately, so any of my battleships that are currently in combat should have greater hull points now. Let's see, I know there are battleships in this fleet. The Eye of Medusa. Yeah, it has 3,300 hull now, so it gained 300 hull in the middle of combat. The Mega Cannon. Let's get started on the Mega Cannon. It'll take us about 3.5 years, and to give us an X-slot weapon that I want to use, because I do like the Mega Cannons. I was thinking of adding a X-slot into the Hippogriff. It'll lose the Hippogriff Roost. It will lose one driller drone and the 2 flak batteries, but I was thinking of making the front an X-class with a mega cannon to help tear down shields, since primarily it'll lose 2 swarmers as well. But I think that would actually work out, giving it a big gun as well, since it stays at long range. That will really help out drain shields so that the ancient driller drones can start doing hull damage a lot sooner. Because the nest does not have anything to reduce shields either.
Sword 1 Actual reports all ground objectives secured.
We now fully control the Dawkins system. Now they have started bombardment here in Trappist. That is a fairly large one. Yeah, I'm going to let them bombard Trappist for a bit, I think. I can go ahead and take Bugden before they build up armies here. Too many armies here. But I think I'm better off coming back over here. Well, no, they're starting to really build up armies there as well. Alright, let us move Hippogriff. Let us move Hippogriff to Trappist. And we will start assisting in bombardment on some of these worlds. We'll start with, actually, Malgu is closest to the, yeah, we'll start with Malgu. It's closest to the hyper relay. And we will send our transport fleet to handle the one that hasn't built up yet. That way Hippogriff will be in position if any fleets come up this way. United Latrepian Domains broke their migration treaty with the Uthabulan Union. We're both losing ships. We got physics and engineering research out of debris in Bombala. Oh no! Despite recent skill improvements, much of the initiative and resolve that once drove Admiral Mingwang forward seems to have gradually evaporated. She is now lethargic, a reduction to evasion and sublight speed. Oh... So overall, a penalty to invasion. Her sublight speed is cancelled out. That is unfortunate. She lost 3 destroyers and corvettes, but completely eliminated the Griffin Spearhead fleet. Well, she has engineers, so she can kind of hang here. We will actually leave her here to heal up and just leave her idle there. We're still a month and a half away from retaking Focal. And then we can bring the Fortress Legionnaires back to Trappist to assist in bombardment. Now that, okay, now you're following Battle Corps, and they currently have no orders. We're going to see where they go from here. Actually, Fortress Legionnaires is almost in Focal.
Battle debris secured.
We have a little bit more progress to jump drive from the Etravip system. There's one left that gives us a little bit more to Amoeba Flagella. I want to keep an eye on these guys and see what orders they pick up. Praku Interstellar Nation was given association status by the Allied Independent Systems.
Science Division report success.
They are still moving away, even though it says there are no orders. The Curator Archaeology Lab, a shipboard lab with advanced archaeological equipment, including a vast database supplied by the Curator Order, where new discoveries can easily be cross-referenced. Ah, there we go. We're starting to get some of the ones I want. Habitability modification allows us to change the preferred planet type of a species. Now we can make the 4 species we have that are not continental. That would only take 2 months. A year and a half. That will take a year and a half. If I put Rupert back in here, it does not change the time. So we could actually move our... Well, you're equivalent to a Spark of Genius, so...
Station reports enemy contact.
What station? Oh, something else popped up in here. A constructor ship. 2 constructors. They'll keep occasionally porting in until they're destroyed. Strike Force Pegasus is now fully repaired. It's in the middle of upgrades.
Inbound message traffic.
Praku Interstellar Nation ended their association status with the Allied Independent Systems.
Dear human.
Come now, human. Let us end this war before it gets out of hand. Here are our terms. No. I haven't finished claiming Trappist and Jotham. Until I do, this war will not end. And I'm not giving you Focal.
Ground forces are dropping on target.
We're still kind of beat up. I think we're going to wait to heal up before we do another invasion.
Engaging enemy station.
There, it was flipped fairly quickly. We did not take any damage in the actual flipping of it. We've only taken damage from the being in the system. You still are listed as having no orders. We are going to stay in the area until we're repaired, and then move back to Trappist. Alright, that's... These 2 are meeting up, but I don't know where they're going. After I get this 1 debris, I have to get this 2nd debris that should have popped up. I thought another debris popped up. I was wrong. I didn't get a debris from that other fight where I completely obliterated a fleet. Miravanian Coalition is in a migration treaty with the Allied Multics territories.
Ground objective secured.
Well, we took out Blugden. Let's see, of these, which is the lowest? They're building up rather quickly. That one is the lowest. We will enter orbit of it. But we need to let our armies heal a little bit and get some more bombardment. I want to get them down in units before I do another invasion. After you finish the debris in Bombala, we are going to research the projects in Hanum Ter. There are 5. After I get the last debris here, I'm going to research the debris in Trappist. There are 7. And then there are 4 left back here in Jotham. I think after I get this debris, this one will return to Jotham to research those. Alright, those both have no orders. I have the Fortress Legionnaires still in the vicinity.
Science Division report success.
Predictive algorithms. Advanced prediction greatly increases the accuracy of active countermeasure systems. This is the final upgrade for point defense. I'm not going to do another round of upgrades just yet. That's something that can wait. We're starting to see the repeatables. They are very expensive. See, the improved reactor booster would be knocked out in 6 months. We'll probably get jump drive off of tech debris. Take 2 years to get more physics research from physics, and that would also unlock additional espionage, though I'm not really sure we need that additional espionage. Most people are trivial to us already, but bolstering our defenses and such wouldn't hurt. And that's more physics research, which would give us more to power us through the repeatables. So yeah, let's knock out space-time theory. So it's going to be 1.5 years before our next tech, apart from what we get through debris. Uthabulan Union declared Tenderzun their rival. Alright, they're moving to the Nigel system. Well, let's see where that is. Ah, yes, it's the system on the border of Trappist. We already have units there. I am going to remain here until I'm repaired because the other one is not currently moving.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
Where did we get the enemy contact this time? I don't see it. Yeah, I'm not seeing any enemy contact unless it's... That's not my spaceport. I wouldn't get that notification. So whatever it was popped up and disappeared. Citadel Research Institute is in a research agreement with the United Miravandian Imperium. And we got progress toward phase disruptors, marauder missiles, and jump drives in Bombala. That was the final debris in Bombala. We're now moving on to Hanum Tur. And we are just about done with the final debris in Etravip, and we'll be moving on to Trappist. Strike Force Scylla has returned. And Deneb, I think I'm going to relocate them to Marik for now. Let's enter orbit there. Let's go to our ship designer and make sure that the moray is up to date. Level 4 shields. It's up to date. As a matter of fact, I think they're already upgraded because I didn't have the option for them to upgrade. But yeah, right now Deneb is being used, so I'm going to relocate them up to Marik for repairs and then have them reinforce there at Marik. As a matter of fact, let's see if it does reinforcements at Marik. Yes. It'll do 4 reinforcements at Marik. They'll take almost 3 months to get there, to get them out, and it's only going to take us 65 days to get there, so the first slew of ships will pop out as we're pulling up to repair. We have a new proposal. Minor administrative sanctions has been reproposed by the Miravandian Enterprises. We have finally made sure that the Sovereign of Tuxcali cannot edge us out. Yeah, Hierarchy of Moffat is in breach of neutral defenders, as is the Allied Multics is in breach of the Non-Interference Act. I think one of our allies is as well, possibly the Citadel Research Institute or United Miravandian, but neither of them actually have observation posts. It's just their policies that are creating the problem.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
We got progress to the amoeba breeding program, which is most likely what our new breakthrough was. Yep. By breeding space amoeba in captivity, we can program their symbiotic flagella to act as organic strike craft for our Navy. They actually have a high average damage, but I believe our driller drones are much more effective.
Ships refitted.
Strike Force Pegasus is fully upgraded. Now Pegasus mainly used, I think, flak cannon. They wouldn't have anything that would need upgrades to... yeah, they wouldn't get the upgraded thing, so they're pretty much as good as they can get now. We'll go to reinforce them. 50 days should be fine. It's... let's see, 50 days would put us in October when we can start queuing up more. So we'll get our first... wait a minute. That is the wrong ship class. That is now supposed to be the Rampaging Cult. And so now it's building destroyers instead. That's fine. But yeah, the Rampaging Cult class, I think they're identical to the Charging Cult, so it doesn't need to upgrade. Oh, we didn't have any of them left. All of our frigates were destroyed. So yeah, that was the perfect time to change the class, I think. Yeah, if we go back to Strike Force Pegasus, we have a destroyer, 2 cruisers, and 4 battleships. That's all we had left in the fleet. Oh, the enigmatic cache is over in Corinth. That's going to boost their research for a bit. Fortress Legionnaires are fully repaired. I do not like that these guys are just kind of sitting there. Let's relocate Medusa around here. Medusa can regenerate, so we will have Medusa enter orbit of that. It'll take 5 months to get over here, and we will move the Fortress Legionnaires to bombard Glagash, which is one of the bigger ones.
Construction complete.
I don't really need to really push my naval capacity right now until I'm done with refits, so I'm going to leave these empty for now. I have the room to build them as necessary.
Skywatch has sighted a spaceborne lifeform.
Alright, that one, it says he's moving to the focal system. So we are going to move the Fortress Legionnaires in to intercept them, so that they can't flip this system yet again. Oh, he changed his mind when I moved my fleet in. So yeah, as soon as I moved my fleet in, they canceled their orders because the Fortress Legionnaires, Federation League has their borders closed to us. Is there any way we can get them to open our borders so we can hunt these people down? Let me open our borders to them. If they open their borders to us, we are chasing these bastards down, and that would also allow us to push down through this way and start really hammering them down there. I removed the population controls I had on my slave species. I think we've gotten our humans up to a good limit now, and I can stand to manually improve. It's a slight difference. They're only losing like 0.3 growth by being forced to grow. That is a difference between 4.8 and 4.5 on most planets, so it's not going to set us back too many months. 0.3 is not a huge difference, so I can go back to doing the forced growth and start getting some of my slave species built up again. Especially now that we have slave species that are useful as indentured servants. And we are fairly close.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
To getting advanced to the biological ascension path. They open their borders to us. We're hunting them down. We gotta wait a day for that to kick in. Spaceport, enemy contact. What else is in combat? Just the starbase with the science ship? Alright. Let's wait a day. Now that the borders are officially open, we're going to take Strike Force or Fortress Legionnaires and go after their battle core. That means we can actually pull Strike Force Medusa back to Marik to repair and refit and then come back out here. Marik is currently reinforcing Scylla, but that's fine. That reminds me, I did forget to queue up more reinforcements because they'll be done shortly. Looks like I need more alloys. Starting to run low on cash, it appears, but I'm almost done with buying alloys. Alright, that'll put them at full strength right there. And then Marik will be available for them. And if we check out Strike Force Chimera, they'll be reinforcing corvettes. I only need up through 12 to be queued up at this time. And the other one that was reinforcing was Strike Force Gorgon. Again, only need through, well, 8 will work. Yeah, that's 12 queued up. Let me actually go back to Chimera. Yeah, I only need through 8 queued up here. And then Pegasus is reinforcing as well. Looks like we could only afford to reinforce 3 more destroyers before we were out of alloys. Reinforcing a lot of ships at the same time. Let's actually not queue up their reinforcements just yet. Let's just have them sit idle, and I will get more alloys. Let's actually trade for some. And I will queue up when I get it. So, of course, we're going to check with our good friends, the Soran, first. We need some alloys, friends. I want 10,000. Now, what resources could I offer you? I have a lot of moats. Are you interested in moats? You are very interested in moats. Have 750. 750 moats for 10,000 alloys is an amazing deal in my opinion. Now the Aether Core, we don't have the forces here. We'll just stay in Trappist right now. We don't have the forces here to hunt them down until we get done with dealing with the battle core. We will bring our other strike force over here to hunt them down, and then we might push forward to Nadox and see about taking Vith and just holding at Vith. We might also take this system. Oh, the Autocracy of Rakaron is already there. They're losing, but they're there. Yeah, they sent a 6K fleet to deal with a... Well, no, they might be winning. Yeah, our allies are pushing through. That one is also coming in, so yeah, they should take that system. So now our allies will be pushing forward at least, since we have taken off the follow mode bit. And if we can push forward here into Vith and just start pushing around here and causing some damage and occupation, we might actually end up winning the humiliation war. Yeah, we're about to knock 300 off of it when we get the last few planets. That won't get the occupation up high enough, but as we decimate their fleets, we might get closer and closer to getting them to surrender. We are now connected with the Veteresians.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
A 30k battle group has shown up here. They have plenty there with the United Latrepians and the Autocracy of Rakaron to deal with the Uthabulan Union. Especially since they were already wounded. Soran gave us the alloys. So we will go back to Strike Force Pegasus. 8 destroyers queued up is plenty. Let's just scroll all the way to the bottom so it bumps upward. Strike Force Dragon is going to need to be reinforcing soon as well.
Ships refitted.
We only need the first set queued up here right now because we're about... Well, we do need a second set. Yeah, we need 4 in the queue. Because we're about to get to January, and at that time I will look around and do others. Yeah, now that we can take the hyper relays, we should be able to catch up to them a little faster. Of course, they'll be fleeing using the hyper relays. Where are they going? They're going to this system to defend it. They are actually moving into Trappist, so we'll be able to smash them at Trappist. I see we have about 30k in fleets from them, another 30k from us, and of course all of the stations. Of course, our allies are not at full strength. They don't bother to repair like I do. I think Malgu has been sufficiently bombarded. We can go ahead and land on it. And move Strike Force Hippogriff to help bombard another one. Now all of these that have withdrawn from the fight, they'll pop back up after a period of time. It's only the ones we destroy that we actually get to completely eliminate.
All sword ground elements are dropping on target.
And it looks like they actually came back in. They were unable to retreat, and we ended up destroying more. Scylla is fully repaired. It's just waiting for its reinforcements. Yeah, I think we can handle that. We healed up enough.
Battle debris secured.
Got a little bit more progress toward tachyon sensors in the Hammond Terror system. There's 4 more debris here. And we've about got the first debris here in Trappist. And we've actually gotten this one. It's only doing 4. There should be more in this system. More debris has been popping up. Alright, so let's actually tell you, research all the projects in the system. There we go. That's better.
Battle debris secured.
Just physics and engineering research here in Trappist. Admiral Andreas Schwartz died at the age of 103, the leader of Strike Force Gorgon. I really wanted another trickster. But let's get an aggressive one. Darsh Prasad. Yeah, I think we're going to handle this pretty well. There's a robot army and an assault army left. I went ahead and got the last claim here in Hixar. And I realize I'm not going to catch their fleet because they are faster than me. So I decided just to go ahead and go to their destination and catch them there. Because we're both jumping through hyper relays at about the same pace, but their actual impulse engines are faster. And they still haven't made it into the TRAPPIST system.
Fleet action underway.
Now they have. Bad news for you guys.
Ground objective secured.
Okay. We secured the ground objectives. Are you staying on the planet right now? Yes. Stay on the planet because there's war above us. Just stay down there. I didn't mean to exit out of the system view. Where is my fleet? Way back here. Good. Where they need to be.
Spaceport lost to enemy action.
That would be that orbital ring. We'll flip it back. It did manage to take out a cruiser and a destroyer and a frigate before it was flipped. At Norm Imperium are in a research agreement with the sovereignty of Tuxcali. My allies are dropping quickly. Strike Force Cerebus is missing in action. Why? I thought it had returned already. Intel on one of my rivals is falling on the Uthabulin Union. Ah, the sleeper cells have expired. That's what that alert was. Yeah, the Strike Force Cerebus, they've been out for a while. They'll be back shortly.
Spaceport lost to enemy action.
They got another one of them. It took out a cruiser and 2 frigates. I need more reinforcements here. Let's redivert the Fortress Legionnaires up this way. They'll be here in a month and a half.
Fleet action underway.
Fortress Legionnaires engage some troop transports along the way. This will be pretty quick.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Got progress to jump drives, and then just some regular physics and society, so we probably have jump drives, yes. A groundbreaking technological marvel. The jump drive shreds the local space-time continuum and rearranges it on the quantum level to be identical to that of the target destination, and thus the ship appears to near instantly jump from system to system. We're still researching things. That was just a free tech. Yeah, it looks like my fleet, I have one battleship that hasn't retreated. That's all that is left, is the one battleship that is still fighting and the 2 stations. Now together we don't quite equal their power. It looks like I am done with the battle down here. It did leave a debris. And we are 1 month away. If we can hold out, well, that 1 month is a lot of that travel time, so we'll be in the system in a matter of days, I think. 9 days. If we can hold out 9 days, we've got some serious reinforcements coming in.
Battle debris secured.
Got more physics and engineering research in the TRAPPIST system. And here they are. And they fled. Alright, so now Strike Force Hippogriff needs to return home. Fortress Legionnaires will resume the bombardment on these planets. Let's start with Gluggash. And start bombarding it. We'll leave our armies here until we bombarded that down some, just so that they can stay on the planet. Now, did we get any more debris in this system that we are not currently... Yes. So we will research that one. And then go over here to get the debris over there. Now, do we have extra debris in here from something that popped up? No, that looks like the final debris. I think the others kind of vanished when they no longer were offering anything. Strike Force Hippogriff is listed as only losing a cruiser and a battleship. And I lost 2 frigates in the Fortress Legionnaire fleet. And it says we only destroyed a few of their ships. I know a lot more of theirs were dropped. Let's actually look at how many ships they've lost. 582 versus us, 262. Our relative Navy strength is minus 20. I think it was minus 25 earlier in the war. Maybe as much as minus 28 at certain points when I had to withdraw. And we are reinforcing fairly quickly, so our fleets should be building up. Actually, considering the damage that the battle core has taken, I think these battle groups can handle them. Especially if this, yes, it has started to regenerate, so it will help out. Strike Force Medusa is going to be the first to get the new jump drives, since it has finally made it back for reinforcement. I didn't bother reinforcing any of my other fleets at this time. I am going to let the reinforcements they have come in, and then I'm going to redesign with the jump drives again. This new fleet that has showed up, I have split up into 6 extra Morays to send to Scylla, and 4 of the charging stallions that Pegasus needs. But otherwise, all of my fleets are waiting for the reinforcements they already have queued up to kick out, and then I'm going to get back to reinforcing. It looks like I've already burned through all of those alloys. They're cheap again. I'll buy 2,500. And then I'll check again in 3 months and see if the price has dropped below 5,000 again. In 3 months, I only earn about 2,000, or under 2,000 energy credits, so we are kind of dwindling in energy credits. I could probably trade for more, I guess, since I have a lot of reinforcement and upgrades to do. Let's see if Soran have more alloys to spare. Yeah, we can get another 10,000 from them. And we can actually spare some motes and gases. Let's just give them 500 of each. That keeps them happy with a little bit of surplus trade, and those are not hard for us to acquire, especially the motes and the well, none of them are hard for us to acquire anymore. And this is with me running all of the combat edicts. I really don't need to shut them off anymore, because I have so many surplus motes, gases, and crystals, because I've gotten so many of my jobs working. Now that has dwindled into my minerals, so I will need to get my minerals back up.
Station reports enemy contact.
We are rapidly approaching exhaustion in this war, so I really need to prioritize these invasions. Transport fleets. We're just shooting some more transport fleets. So we need to get these planets bombarded down to where we can take them. There's just 2 planets left here, and 1 planet left here in Jotham, which they have been bombarding for eternity and don't seem to have been doing much. But otherwise, we have, well, they have more transport fleets headed that way. No, they're moving to take the new system. They need to prioritize these planets. Where are you going? You're going to Jotham. That's a few more for Jotham. You're moving to Jotham, so they might have the forces to handle Jotham by the time I get Trappist ready. I do need to get more fleets retrofitted and back in the fight so that we can begin our bombardments again and really hammer these planets down, because as I said, the exhaustion is going up fairly quickly, but it's mainly from the space battles where we're suffering losses. They gave us 10,000 more alloys, so we'll be able to do more upgrades and refits as things go along. Oh no! Francesco died. That was the one in the Traveler, which was... That's the one in Deneb. That was one of my high levels. Don't really have much in the way of other high levels. We can grab the one from the Astute. It's level 3. Have him assist the research here in Deneb. Now the Astute is just doing reconnaissance. I don't need to replace the leader just yet, because we did pick up a bunch more leaders just for salvage. Yeah, it looks like they might win this fight, since they were already pretty beat up. Scientist Yekaterina Ulanova has developed new skills. She's become more resilient, longer lifespan. She's the one leading physics research. I don't know. I was thinking they were going to win this fight. It's not looking good for them. We won a combat in the Trappist system, and it says that they fled or something. They're about to get one of the battleships. There, they finally got one.
Report success.
We got 20% to quantum missiles, 10% to particle lances and phase disruptors. So which science did we actually end up getting? The quantum missiles. Latest version of space-to-space missile, this upgraded variant has an immensely powerful warhead that draws its energy from a zero-point vacuum. So we've got the upgraded missiles as well. Oh, yep, they just lost this.
Battle debris secured.
We got 10% to phase disruptors, marauder missiles, tachyon sensors, flak artillery, and improved strike craft, and 20% to hypershields. So we're already working on the top-level shield and top-level missile, top-level phase disruptor. We got a little bit of research out of the one in Trappist. So it says, yeah, there is another debris here in Trappist. So after we get that one, I will probably redirect to pick that one up first. Saurian combined clans broke their migration treaty with the hierarchy of Mothith. So yeah, they lost that system. I'm fine with that, even though that built up our exhaustion a bit. We really need to get these planets. Now let's make sure you are on indiscriminate bombardment. Yes. This is a fairly large fleet, so hopefully it will bombard this planet down fairly quickly. We will go ahead now and embark these armies. It's 460. I'd like to get them below 400. It depends on how long it takes. Now it's going to take him only 5 days to get over there. And of course this other guy is bombarding over here, so hopefully he will be doing some damage while we wait. And let's see how they're doing over in Jotham. 381. You know what? Just to make sure we get these, I think it's time to churn out some more armies. Let's get... Let's see, that is 6 months to get 2 human assault armies. And then 8 months to get 4 slave armies. So that's about a year. I don't know if we've got that long. But we are going to recruit some more armies. We could actually cut this down a little bit more. Let's see. That would be a year. 10 months. 8 months. 8 months would get us 4 here. If we go to Ofang, we could recruit the human armies here. We do have a military headquarters? No. Okay, Finhabanis does not have one either. We have additional places here. This one does. Finn Castle. Alright, so in 8 months, let's go back to St. Natchbel. In 8 months, we could have 3 human assault armies and 4 slave armies. So that supports 1, that supports 1. We need 3 other places churning out armies. So Finn Castle can do 4 more Oxylander slave armies. And the other planet in this sector is Hawksworth. It does not have one. Bastion does. So let us recruit 4 more Oxylanders here. That's 12 Oxylanders. And we are queuing, so we're queuing up 12 Oxylanders. We need 3 more human assault armies. Dawnlight has a military base, so we will queue up 3 more human assault armies here. And all of that shouldn't take... It'll take 9 months for the humans, but 8 months for everything else, and that should give us another large army we could just send down here and hammer at one of these places. I decided the upgrades and reinforcements can wait. That'll allow my alloys to build up as well. So we are pulling all the ships except for Medusa. Medusa is the only one that is currently undergoing the upgrades, and it can wait. All the other ships are coming down here to start bombarding planets so we can expedite getting this done and then be able to push on forward. They're moving to the Andak system. Where is Andak? Aha! They're trying to take where the Manticore Stormlords are. Well, we're going to intercept them, but we are going to focus on this bombardment first. And as they start moving around to get to Andak, we are going to go intercept them. We just got to keep an eye on Andak. We've got a lot of fleets nearby. Hey, what was that? End fleet contract. Okay. I'd never actually noticed that button before. But yeah, we're going to prioritize taking these planets so that if we get pushed to a status quo, we can handle it. That's returning to Vith A for repairs. Oh my, can we intercept them there and destroy them? That's a good choke point, period. We would be able to catch them and them trying to get back home. But that would cut down. I've got other ships coming to do the bombardment. That is tempting to push into here at the hyper relay and ambush all of their fleets that are coming up and crush them. But I need to get the planets first, so we need to focus on the bombardment. And also, now that I've got all my claims, I'm going to let my influence bank up for a bit. I'm just going to go to where I am doing a hyper relay every year until I get this network completed. And in the interim, I'm just going to let it bank up because I'm going to need a lot to convert all of these guys eventually. We have extraordinary powers. Extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures. We have already been entrusted with power. It is only natural to let us wield it. Reduces the cooldown of our veto and emergency measure. And that completed politics. So we now have more diplomatic weight and 4 special resolutions. And we can get engineered evolution. To leave our genetic destiny in the hands of nature is an inefficient and excruciatingly slow process. Why not jumpstart the future of our species? That gives us access to gene seed purification. So let's quickly look at that. In 4 months, we will have habitability modification. That gives us the Gene Warrior Army, genetically enhanced super soldiers. Recruits are typically chosen from the elites of conventional military forces. Then these undergo extensive gene therapy and are made larger, stronger, and faster than their former peers. 500 health, 525 morale. Their base damage is 3.9 to 7.8. And their morale damage is a little bit more than that. So let's see how that compares to a regular human assault legion. Well, those are oxen litter. That's human. Now these are veterans. Yeah, that's about 50% more damage. And double the health. So most of our armies, experienced or otherwise, are going to be obsolete, it appears. But it'll be a while before we get that tech. Now, let's check out. We still have... Damn, that's about 7 years. Almost, no, that's 8 years. Yeah, that's at least 8 years before our emergency measure comes back. Let's check out our special resolutions. Constitutional immunity. We can no longer be in breach of galactic law. Champions of the community. Council members gain bonus naval capacity. Galactic Custodian and Galactic Emperor gain more. Other members lose. Council members gain more diplomatic weight, but lose some of their income in energy, minerals, and food. Other members lose diplomatic weight and gain more income. And bonus to in-game crises. And a bonus to researcher upkeep. That's got weak support. The champions of the community, I think the 3 council members would like that. We'll all get a little bit more naval capacity, but I don't need that right now. Developmental aids giving us more diplomatic weight, but losing income. The loss of income could hurt a little bit. It's only 15%, but my actual income is huge. I produce 5,000. 15% of that would be about 750, and 15% of 2,000 would be about 300. 15% of 1,500 would be about 250. All of those would put me in deficit, big time, just for a little bit more diplomatic weight. That's not something I will consider critical. Now this one will be useful when an actual in-game crisis pops up. This one I really would like to get through so that I don't have to worry about being in breach. And now my diplomatic weight is secure for having finished the politics tradition. The sovereignty of Tuxcali has finished politics. They are working on politics but haven't finished it. Where's the United Nations of Earth? There they are. They're in breach. They have not even opened politics because they don't have gravitas yet. And they're in breach of the Non-Interference Act. United Nations of Earth is in breach of the Non-Interference Act. What is wrong with you?
Inbound message traffic.
Nope, not yet. Not yet. We're not done. We've got another constructor that popped in over here. It's only got 8% of its hull left. It might get blown up before it gets a chance to run away. Looks like it was able to flee. Alright, there's one reinforcement for the Pegasus that was still being constructed. It'll only take 3 months to get here. Oh, they're pushing around pretty quickly. Alright, we need to keep an eye on these planets. It's down to 496, 451, 377. Now, how far out is Pegasus? Will be there in about a month. That one's returning to Vlith. It doesn't tell me how long it would take them to get to the Andax system. How long will it take me to get to the Focal system? 5 months. We're going to go ahead and start. United Latrepian Domains ended their association status with the Allied Independent Systems. It's about time.
Battle debris secured.
Phase disruptors, marauder missiles, hypershields, and tachyon sensors. in Honantir. That leaves 1 with no real traces. We've still got 4 in Trappist. And then this 1 down here in Jorwall that has more sensor. One of the ones in Trappist
Battle
is
debris secured.
close to expiring. We got 2 years. We should still make it. Alright, so is this the one? Yeah, I'm on the one that is about to time out. Let's reorganize this. You will get that one, then that one, and that one. That's the 3 remaining in Trappist. After you get this last one, you will go get that one. And the Pilgrim is going to move to Andak, because I may have some debris that pops up over here. Alright, they're getting there fairly quickly. 6 days. I figure it'll be before... well, they got to actually travel from the Hyper Relay over there. So they'll be here in about 20 days. And then I say it'll take them about a month and a half to get over there. And then maybe another month to get in there. 4 months to get over there. We are 70k. That would be barely enough to hold them in focal, but we will redirect these 2. They'll be in Andak in a month. And we will hold in Andak until they start going into focal, and then charge into focal to intercept them, so they'll be taking hull damage. Adnorum Imperium is in a migration treaty with the sovereignty of Tuxcali. Sovereignty of Tuxcali broke their research agreement with the Adnorum Imperium. Alright, they're on their way across. No, it says now they have no orders. My strike forces are going to move to right there. Strike Force Hippogriff got repaired, so we're going to send it back out for bombardment. Both of them suddenly checked themselves. Autocracy of Rakaron is headed over to a system that is no longer in their control. Our transport fleets are slowly building up. Moving to the Jorwall system. Where is that? Having full intel and knowing exactly the orders they are putting out. Alright, they're pulling back to here. We are going to stay at Andak with these 2. The Fortress Legionnaires is going to return to Trappist from bombardment. We're going to have to leave these 2 here as a deterrent, while most of our others are down here doing the bombardments.
Science Division report success.
Glandular acclimation. Through glandular biological tailoring, we can change the environmental tolerance of a species to suit our needs. Ancient pulse armor. Gives a little bit of armor and a little bit of shield. Let's see. That gives 75 shield points and 150 armor. That was the small. So let's go check a small. 220 armor. So what we would be getting out of that would effectively be 255 points. So it is slightly less armor, about 50 points less of armor, but you get 50% more shield than that. This is actually good. This is very good. It's not, I don't think it compares to the top armor. If we get the level 5 armor, the level 5 armor would outstrip this, but this is better than the level 4 armor. Now let's see, the large would be 1,020 and 450 shield. And if we go to something that uses large armor, we would be giving up 300 armor for 450 shield. That is very good. How long would it take us to get that? A year. And with the shield regen, actually from Archeo Engineers it says we'd be getting another 450 shield points. So that comes up to be 900 shield points. And with the shield regen, this actually might be worth putting on a cloaking vessel, because it could regen its shields when it decloaks. During the course of combat, the shields would suck down a little bit of the damage, very little. I don't know if that's worth giving up 300 points of armor, or in this case 50 points of armor for a very small shield regen. So I think we'd still go with full armor on stealthers, but that's not too bad. Alright, it would take 2 years to get the Gene Warrior army. That's no rush. Ancient Pulse armor, 14 months if we put in Amy Keeler. Still 14 months. So let's keep our biologist in here, I think, and put Amy Keeler back in the ship she was in, which I honestly can't remember which one it was. The one that was assisting cloaking. So yeah, in about a year, we'll knock out Ancient Pulse armor. That's when we can really do some upgrades, I think. We'll also have the Mega Cannon. And I'd like another X-Class weapon to give an energy-based one. We might check for that when we finish Space-Time Theory. Alright, so you're going to the Jorlwar system. Those two are going to be stationary, keeping an eye. I'm going to hold off on any further upgrades, although Medusa is still in the process of upgrading. United Latrepian domains were given association status by the
Battle
Pan-Galactic
debris
Pact.
secured.
Got the last debris in Hanum Ter and got some physics research out of it. And the first thing we need to do is go ahead and get another hyper relay started here and start getting the network connected back this way. And in case anybody is wondering why I like to place my hyper relays far away from the entrances, because when somebody comes in, an invading army would come in to capture a place. I want invaders to have a while to get to where the hyper relay is, so my reinforcements don't come in right next to them. I can have my reinforcements pop up over here, or other ships that pop up over here, without immediately getting caught by people who have come in invading. And it also means that when a system flips, if somebody were to be trying to use the hyper relay, they would be out of position to redivert over here to quickly escape. I don't know, I just think of it like hyper relays and gateways shouldn't be near the actual hyperlanes. Some people may think differently and want to place them right there at it so that you can quickly connect to the hyper relay. I do want people to have to traverse the system to go from hyper relay to the other. It gives a little bit more travel time.
Battle debris secured.
United Latrepian domains are in a migration treaty with the hierarchy of Moffith. They ended their association status with the Pan-Galactic Pact. Yeah, it seems like they like who invites them, and then when they see who all the members are, they change their mind. I kind of wish the AI would take into account who all the members are before they accept. We got phase disruptors and marauder missiles from the one in Trappist. We have 2 more in Trappist. This one is 35 days, about a month away from getting that, and then 3 months to research it. And I have redirected my transport fleet. I have another transport fleet here as well. This is the one that was hanging back way over here. I decided to, it took a year to get over here, but this is going to be the garrison for Glugbath when I take it. But I've decided to redirect my transport fleet because that's the one that is currently the lowest. It will take me a month and a half to get over there, and in that time there should be more bombardment taking place. We've got them down to 9 armies, I think. 3, 6, 9. Hopefully one more will be removed before I get there, especially now that I have more fleets coming here to converge. Strike Force Pegasus is here, assisting in the bombardment. Strike Force Chimera is assisting in the bombardment in Trappist. We're going to be beating this one down as much as possible. And of course, Gluggash, nobody's bombarding it, so it's been kind of gaining strength again. But after we get the bombardment done here, I can move all of my fleets down here to start bombarding those. And I still need to keep an eye on these because they keep changing their mind about where they're going and watching for more coming out. You're still trying to move in there when you don't control the system? Good Lord, people. Is anybody even heading that way fleet-wise? No, you all are doing bombardment, I believe. And I began the species modifications for the Farine. It's going to take 7 months, but we are switching them from tropical to continental, and I went ahead and planned out all the others. We will be converting all of them over. Nope, not one of my species.
Fleet action underway.
Well, that was quick. Did it add another debris? Elite cloaking field generator. Yeah, we blew it up. Alright, so now we're going to have to research that one. Yeah, they tried to move a science ship in here. Adnorium Imperium broke their migration treaty with the sovereignty of Tuxcali. They have canceled their orders again. Now, I have been keeping an eye over here to make sure they're not sneaking up on me. Every now and then I'll check over there. Yeah, Fortress Legionnaires have finally made it back in here. That should help bombard the crap out of this planet pretty quickly. It's down to 387. 313. Yeah, we're going to get another one down. That's 3, 6, 8. Yeah, we might even get it down to 7 before my fleet, I get over here and land. We're still 20 days away from there, and I think it takes a couple of days to land, maybe as many as 5 or 6. Alright, it says they are 8 days away, so that would put them in orbit at 23. And now they are landing armies.
Ground forces are dropping on target.
It took them 13 days to land. First Order Corps has popped up over here. It's merging with the Astral Corps. They're merging with Exo Corps. They're following Manticore Legionnaires, who are going to the focal system. Alright, that's a 3K fleet. That's a 45K fleet. If you guys come to the focal system, I have 70K worth of fleets waiting there for you. Now, let's have a look at this planet. We had them down to 283, but it's an even combat width. However, we're about to eliminate one of the robots, hopefully, fairly quickly. And we do have reserves. So let's move our fleets that we're bombarding here, which is just Pegasus, over to start bombarding Gluggash. This one should be bombarded down fairly quickly with all the fleets I already have here. Strike Force Hippogriff is already en route. I'll have it also work on Gluggash. Genlock Conclave is in a migration treaty with the Veteresian League. Hierarchy of Moffith finally made peace with the Veteresian League. All participating vassals became independent. So let's see, does the Hierarchy of Moffith still have any vassals? I don't see any vassals listed. I still have good enough espionage I would know if they had vassals. I believe they just lost all of their vassals. None of them ended up leaving the Pan-Galactic Pact, but they all became independent, which would seriously drop their diplomatic weight, I think. Well, not as seriously as I thought. The diplomatic weight isn't really calculated, it's their score that drops, not the diplomatic weight. It just means that they have less people forced to vote with them if they have that. Now, have we climbed up any? 3 ranks. When our subject empires increases, we should climb up even more. Let's compare our points a little bit here. Just a little over double their technology. Economic strength just a little under double. Now their economic strength is 2.5 times ours. Their technology is just about double. About 30% more technology, double our economic strength. 80% more economic strength, under double our technology level. Yeah, the economic strength of fallen empires is extremely weak. That's the reason their score kind of stagnates. Hierarchy of Moffith we're getting even closer to them. Where is United Nations of Earth? They're below us now. They have almost double our economic strength and our technology level, but they are fallen below us because they don't have subject empires. It's the subject empires making the difference. And that's about to increase as well, which will also increase my influence and allow me to start doing more. Star Realm of Shar left the Pan-Galactic Pact. That seriously weakens the Pan-Galactic Pact. Good. United Latrepian Domains is in a migration treaty with the Veteresian League. Let's actually look. It's just a galactic union. The same as this one. Now we're about to pull out the hegemony of Ubaria, the Uthabulan Union, and the Mandate of Massam. And then next, after the peace ends, we can work on carving up some of the others. We could probably push in this way and see if we could pull out like the Miravandian Coalition or the Miravandian Enterprises. And we might actually do claims on these to spin them off. And as we push in further, we will end up getting the Genlot, since they're currently independent, and then start seeing about carving up the Glosswerhenians into multiple vassals. Of course, in order to do that, we're probably going to have to get rid of their existing vassals, so we'd probably have to go after the Glaring Union next. Well, the Glaring Union is under the hegemony of Ubaria, who we're about to destroy. And then the Citizens Alliance of Orcam would be another one we would need to take away from the Glosswerhenians before we could start carving them up. But now that we have open borders with the Veteresians, we have a shot to go down this way and start working on the Glosswerhenians and the Citizens Alliance of Orcam. Them being a bulwark, they are going to be hard to tear up. And again, I am hoping that in the next 20 to 30 years that a machine uprising does some damage here. But as we saw with the uprising of the, I don't even see them anymore, the Marauders that were over here, as we saw with their they're right over here. As we saw with those Marauders, the Obedin Freeholders, they did not have much effect on the Star Realm of Shar. Of course, the Star Realm of Shar was the top empire. It might be entirely different if some of these weaker empires suffer machine rebellions. Of course, the ones that are in federations will have their entire federation assisting, so we can only hope the machine uprising hits all of the members. A machine uprising over here in the Allied Maltics would be great, because it would give me another way to expand that way. We have a new proposal. Repeal collective waste management. We're going to oppose that. That's by the Adnoran League. The galactic community has no place meddling in industrial matters. We should not be forcing our views on other empires. Now, the main reason I like this, eventually my economy will get better, but the main reason I like that is building a better tomorrow, boosting alloys and minerals, and eventually the environmental ordinance waivers, and of course Project Cornucopia. I mean, boosting all of your alloys and minerals and worker pops, that really helps with militarization. That unlocks strip mining on our worlds to uncover rich mineral deposits. And we're going to keep an eye on this doofus.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
We got progress to tachyon sensors, advanced afterburners, flak artillery, advanced strike craft, and improved strike craft. So that's going to be double towards Strikecraft. I think we were just working on improved. Phase disruptors. We had a breakthrough in tachyon sensors. Advanced sensors that rely on rotating tachyon beams to detect ship movements even at extreme distances. And we should have gotten Strikecraft. Yep, improved Strikecraft. Next generation of Strikecraft featuring improved avionics, better handling characteristics, and more powerful armaments. Now let's actually see under technology. Did it put the advanced Strikecraft down here? No. So advanced Strikecraft still has the potential to pop up here, unfortunately. Unless we get some more debris and get it locked down out of our way. And that was the Wayfarer back here. We'll just move it up to the TRAPPIST system. Oh, you changed your mind, did you? So you're just going to have a 3K fleet come in there? Do I even need to come into the focal system? Yes. I will. Where are you headed now? Euchromia. Uh-huh. You want to push over there where Zolomon is. Well, that's just a 3K fleet. 44K for me. That is a 45K fleet. Gorgon is going to head over to Euchromia. Dragon is going after him. Federation League broke their migration treaty with the Star Realms of Shar. Adnoran Reapers have declared Adnoran Imperium their rival.
Ground objective secured.
Citizen Confederation of Gavazul entered into a migration treaty with the Hierarchy of Moffith, and we succeeded in taking over Glugbath. So now I can take this transport fleet and move it to the TRAPPIST system. And we should just be able to land here when we get here, I think, because this will take 2 months. We've already got it beaten down to 305. And we are seriously bombarding it. Actually, no, that's 436. I'm not thinking to add the 2. But yeah, we are bombarding it. We should be able to land, but just in case, maybe it would be a good idea to simply enter orbit. And I don't know why it keeps changing the name. That was Transport Fleet Alpha at some point. That one's got a lot of bombardment I'll need to do. Now this other transport fleet here, what happened to it? Oh, it must have joined up with me. I could have sworn I had 3 units. That's the reason the name changed. It merged with Transport Fleet 45, which was in orbit. So we need to transfer some ships. 1 Assault Legion. Let's see if we can find some wounded ones. There we go. A wounded Assault Legion of humans. A wounded Janissary Corps of Oxenlitter. And we need another Janissary Corps. Preferably one that is wounded. I don't think we're going to find it. We'll just take this one. And Transport Fleet 58 is going to re-land on Glugbath to serve as the Overlord garrison when we convert them. Hierarchy of Moffith entered into a commercial pact with the Kessim Confederacy. They've got another fleet that popped up over there. Kessim Confederacy is in a migration treaty with the Hierarchy of Moffith. Soran is in a defensive pact with the Star Realms of Shar. Federation League left the Pan-Galactic Pact. Oh, I see more fleets over here. That's following the Astral Corps. They're going to Euchromia. They're merging with the Galactic Corps. And they're moving to Izun now. Really? What you going all the way up there for? Okay. They're still going to Euchromia. Adnoran League is in a migration treaty with the hierarchy of Moffith. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. They're coming in. No, they changed their mind. But we're going to chase them down that way. Star Realms of Shar is guaranteeing the independence of the Oclaran Interplanetary Confederacy. And they've entered a non-aggression pact. Now, it'll take me 2 months to get over there. Actually, a better idea? Yeah, just tell them to attack. I'll go through the hyper relay and catch them from behind. If they do go into the system, then they will start taking damage, and I have basically wedged them on that side of the system. This is another reason I like the hyper relays not to be near the entrances, because it makes it a lot easier to trap people. Yep, they're turning around. We're going to head them off at the hyper relay. Adnoran League is in a commercial pact with the hierarchy of Moffith. They do have a 12k fleet over here. They're still trying to go to Euchromia. They're moving to Azun. They're moving to Euchromia. Going to Azun. Down to 350. This one is now being bombarded a little by my fleets. They do have a small amount of transports here. And we're just missing the 150 from these last 2 planets. We've gotten the relatively Navy strength down lower. We might be able to push forward and actually achieve the war goals before we reach 100 war exhaustion. We shall see.
Inbound message traffic.
Federation League would like a non-aggression pact. That would be 0.25 less influence a month. They left a federation. They're no longer anybody's subject. They are prime candidates for our next war. They have no allies. Now, we can't do a vassalization on them because they are considered equivalent right now. But when we build up our fleet power more and get a few more techs and get our economy going, we will be able to. I am not going to form a non-aggression pact with them. If nothing else, I could make them rivals and do a humiliation war to drag them down a bit. That would make them another candidate for eventually being able to break them up into vassals. Now what are you doing? Huh? Now where are you going? Little 3K piece of shit. I've already got the quantum missiles. This is an outdated piece of crap. Are all of your ships here outdated pieces of crap? Did you just send these for me to destroy, basically, because you didn't feel like upgrading them? This is a mercenary company. Apparently they haven't shared tech with them in a while. These guys suck. I ain't even going to get salvage out of that. Or debris, I mean. Kesem Confederacy entered into a commercial pact with the Star Realms of Shar.
Ships refitted.
Medusa has finally been upgraded. Adnoran League broke their migration treaty with the Star Realms of Shar. That was fast. Oh, they're going over to Uzun so they can try and attack me from this direction. Medusa is staying right where it's at. As a matter of fact, I will go ahead and reinforce the fleet. Everything will be being built here at Merrick Station. Corvettes and destroyers. And it will be back up to full strength. Now they are going to need a further upgrade when they're fully reinforced eventually, because I am getting more techs. I still have 2 here. One of them has 13 days left and then 90 days for the other one. Now this has flak artillery, the phase disruptor, advanced afterburners, particle lance. That's one I need to push. Advanced strike craft. Good, so this one will push advanced strike craft down to the bottom with some progress. Advanced strike craft is one that I'm not really going to be using because I do like my driller drones. That's just one I don't want to be popping up there. So now that we have, that's one I will acquire through theft or debris. Oh, we've got it down to about under 350. I'm going to let it go for a few more months of the bombardment and check it then, because we are doing well on this. I just got to keep an eye on these idiots.
New species variant available.
Our shields are down. We can't, yeah, that sector we were in dropped shields, so we are in a little bit of danger of taking wounds. So the Farine has been modified. They should have good habitability on all our worlds now. We've completed space-time theory. 3 dimensions, inextricable from the truth. So we could boost our encryption, get the shield hardener, get more code breaking, get neutron launchers. But I think I want to get started on the particle lance. It would take 2.5 years, and we're going to get more progress to it along the way. I don't even think I'm going to get debris out of this fight. My shields are kind of low, but this is a fairly weak fleet. They'll probably end up fleeing if I don't destroy them quickly. They don't have anything bigger than a destroyer. And our shields are regenning.
Fleet action underway.
Tenderzun built a branch office on Leffingwell. That's a good planet to build because you can get 4. It's actually got a few. St. Natchbel, they get their corporate embassy, which gives them a bonus to their diplomatic weight from economy. They get the commercial forum that it boosts the value of the branch office and gives me a merchant job. They get the private research enterprises, which gives them a bonus to their research from agreements and produces research for them. And then they've been getting the public relations firm that gives them Unity. So they've been getting some pretty good benefits out of this. All I really get out of it is a bunch of clerk jobs and a merchant job. So it is in effect helping boost the trade value and employment of my planets without me having to build structures. Even though it is producing clerks, which aren't the best, that is the best way to improve your trade value and your economy. So they are giving me lots of clerks. Looks like 6 clerks and 1 merchant. And the merchants are really good. I do like them. They count as leaders. My humans work that job and really buff the stability of the planet. Kesem Confederacy broke their migration treaty with the Veteresian League. And United Nations of Earth has declared the Citizens Confederacy of Gavazul their rival.
Battle debris secured.
Did they even get through our shields? Yeah, they did some damage. They did 91 damage to our armor with some autocannons, which are really weak against armor. We destroyed all of them. No debris here. We got flak artillery, phase disruptors, advanced afterburners, particle lances, advanced strike craft. Now, we were working on particle lances. That knocked 7 months off of it. Nice. Alright, what are you guys doing now? You guys are going to Euchromia. You're bigger than me. That's what matters. You're bigger than me. You're bigger than me. Alright, so we're going to pull back to Andak to repair. Gorgon may be in trouble if a lot of these decide to merge over here at like Porava or something. Veteresian League broke off their commercial pact with the hegemony of Ubaria. Adnoran League ended their rivalry with the Adnoran Reapers.
Inbound message traffic.
Soren would like a migration treaty. Sorry, no Xenos migrating to my empire. I've made that mistake once. Alright, it's been a couple of months. Let's check Trappist. We bombarded that to nothing. So we can quickly land here. And we can move our other armies to go bombard this other planet. Let's make sure we got them all. Glossworhenian have embraced the free thought initiative and become more egalitarian. So they are now egalitarian, xenophile, militarist. Oh. They're sending a bunch of small reinforcements up this way. I could devastate them. Repair quickly, my friend. Glossworhenian broke their migration treaty with the nation of Selnock Prime. We're repaired. We are going to move to Gadexis and try and intercept the reinforcements that are coming through, because we should be able to handle these groups that come through. We will obliterate them at the hyper relay. As a matter of fact, we will stay near the hyper relay. We'll actually pull to there, I think. That gives us a little bit of range. How long will it take us to get there? A little over 2 months. Alright, they're going to Porava. That's a 35k fleet. Gorgon is cloaked, right? No. Gorgon is going to cloak and move to Porava. They all have no orders. That's moving to Gadexis. It's transferring back to Gadexis. So if we can get over to Gadexis fast enough, we can catch some of these. But if they start moving this big fleet back, we might have problems. I might need to start mobilizing the Manticore Defenders. Not Manticore. Keep wanting to call them Manticore Defenders. That was what I had back in the United Nations of Earth, I believe. The Fortress Legionnaires. Now we're going to try our best to hammer that planet down quickly. One last debris finished in 14 days.
Battle debris secured.
Final battle debris. 10% more to elite cloaking fields. And you know what? Now that you are idle, let's just have you do active reconnaissance on the Veteresian League. They still haven't figured out what they want to do. Alright, we've done another month of bombardment. George Pitt has stubborn, so he earns experience slower. I don't care about that one. That's not as crippling as some of the others. Oh, they've already started the invasion on Gluggash for me. My forces are still landed. I'll just leave them there and let them fight it for me. It looks like they're going to win, and they're going to take the losses, not me. I wish I could tell whose army this was. I'm thinking it is from the Autocracy of Rakaron. They're moving back down here to Gigeta. So now that Fortress Legionnaires is free, that's 132k. That's 94 plus another 62. That's 160 or 159 is what it would probably end up being. But they're way out there. They've got very weak fleets down here. So we're going to send the Fortress Legionnaires to make them pull back. And we're not going to take point. Fortress Legionnaires are big enough they can handle this. My other fleet's here. Hippogriff is going to meet up with, is going to head over here to Focal. And I'm actually going to have Dragon pull back as well. And let's see, Chimera and Scylla are here. Hippogriff and the Pegasus. We'll just send all of them toward Focal. That's a 5K fleet, we are a 44, but we have no shields. But there's also an 11K fleet in here with us. So we might be able to break up the Kraken commandos. Oh, they're relatively weak. Yeah, they do have the Ripper autocannons, but most of their equipment is relatively weak. They have no shields. Well, weak shields. Now, unfortunately, our weapons... Yeah, our weapons bypass. The flak cannons are not very effective against armor. But our weapons are advanced disruptors. Where's the Gorgon's Breath? Way down at the bottom? Yeah, we do. This is effective against armor. So yeah, our torpedoes will do some armor damage. Rupert Beauclerk gained the Roamer trait, bonus to survey speed. Not useful at this point in the game. They've decided they want to go back to Euchromia. Some of these are moving to the Shetty system. Oh, they're just staying right there. Okay. But they're moving to Euchromia. So let's get those fleets that are all headed... Actually, I'll wait until they start moving. When they get around Othana or whatever, I might divert them toward Euchromia to deal with them. How much further out am I? 1 month. The battle on Trappist is still going on, apparently. I still think they're going to win. I'm going to let them take the brunt of it. Federician League was given association status by the Allied Independent Systems. Guardian Angels Act is currently going to pass. I'm opposed to it. I'd need 70k to flip it. Hopefully some of these people will join in on the opposition, but there's not really much I can do with it. Oh, you guys are coming back now, huh? Oh, you guys are just all merging. This one's merging with that one's merging with that one, and then we'll figure out what the Galactic Corps are planning on doing. Now they've decided they're merging with the Exo Corps. So they're going to the Terramata system. Where are the Exo Corps? Let's see if maybe they're in the Terramata system. Was it Taramba or Taramda? Taramda. There they are.
Inbound message traffic.
Dear Commander.
No. War's not over. Till I say it's over. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have this under control, but they will have suffered a lot of assault army losses. It's now a fairly even fight. Though these two are wounded enough to be knocked out. It looks like they brought a mix of species that do different damage. Yeah, once they get them out of the fight, the damage they suffer will be less than these guys. But yeah, that one unit almost, well, they're all ganging up on that poor assault army right there. Goswarhenian broke their migration treaty with the Brienne and Stellar Nation. They still have the superior numbers. So yeah, I believe this is going to go in their favor. Their most damaging units are not the robots. They are the Sildor Superior. On average, they do a little bit more damage than these others. But I still think our side will end up winning. I've started the modification of the Rogerians so that they lose their huge penalty. I really should have done the Miravandians first because the Rogerians are not really breeding, but we can knock them out. We can get all the remaining species that need to be shifted to continental preference done this year. They'll only take a month or two. So in April, I will probably start the Miravandians, and then in July and October, I will start the two Lithoids. And I decided to go ahead and launch my armies and send them to assist the invasion. The invasion might actually be over before I get there, but still. And we're about ready to spring this trap. I want to wait until they're engaged with that other fleet. Guardian Angel's Act has passed. That dropped my diplomatic weight from fleet power, boosted my army upkeep, but improved defense army morale, which is actually helping everybody but me at this moment. Because it's just increasing my cost to my armies and boosting the morale of my opponents. Because I am not making use of defensive armies at this time. Alright, they have engaged. We're going to spring the trap. Hello.
Fleet action underway.
We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Limsa system. We have codenamed them Tango Bogies. That's going to be one of the other merchants. We encountered them with our Fortress Legionnaires who are plowing on down here. It's 133k versus whatever they've got there, plus their starbase. That's a pretty big starbase, but we should be able to obliterate whatever's there. And our allies are going to push into... How do I pronounce that? Gakidium? It's unusual in the English language to see a Q not immediately followed by a U. Alright, they decided they wanted to go to the focal system with 54k fleet. So I am going to have all of these fleets continue to converge there. They're moving to the Euchromia system. After we smash the Galactic Core, since they're on their way to Euchromia, we might route back around all of these fleets to Euchromia and help catch them around Porava. Yeah, we landed to help support them and end this war quickly, or at least this battle. That would put us even closer to actually achieving our war goals. 27 points is what we would need. If we smash a couple more of their fleets, and this will also end up boosting occupation a little. If we end up smashing a couple more of their fleets and get a few more of their systems, like control of Gakedium and Vilth, let's go ahead and knock this out. We have a 100% breakthrough chance. We will spare one. We'll spare one from the galactic community. Because this should be done relatively quick. And it will give us a little bit more influence. I also am moving some of my science vessels out. I jumped to here with the Wayfarer to see if I can get over this way. Now, it says I don't have no route to reach that system. Why is there no route? Oh, FTL inhibitor is stopping me. So I will wait for my jump drive to cool back down and jump to Walden Black, or maybe even straight to Wedette. And the reason I am able to stay here, despite the fact that they have exceptional grade 1 detection in areas, is I actually have exceptional grade 1 stealth right here because of the nebula. And as soon as I get the upgraded cloaking devices, that will improve another step. And it looks like their detection is not in the nebula area. It's only just outside of it. That's one of the reasons I jumped instead of trying to move further forward, because I didn't want to get detected. Doesn't look like we got debris out of that. We took a little bit of damage. We can pull back to Euchromia to repair. We did not suffer any actual losses, just some armor and hull damage. Glossworhenians broke their migration treaty with the Interstellar Picarian Coalition. We are 2 months out from hitting that system. I'm not sure how far out they are from Gacetium, or Gacietum is probably how it's pronounced. They are about 2 months out from joining us at Focal. We have connected to the autocracy of Rakaron by a hyper relay network. We finally finished the one here, and we're moving on to the next relay. Once we get to Durakus, until we turn this into a vassal, we're going to have to skip that system and build on these 4 and then come back.
New species variant available.
We completed the Rogerians, so that gets rid of their huge penalties. We finished the war for that final planet. Yeah, we need 23 points. If we can smash the large fleets they have back this way, that would do a huge number on it. Plus, we're about to hit several fleets here. And then choke off this system from them. Matter of fact, we may end up taking this system and being able to push forward. Yeah, because there's no more FTL inhibitors between here and where I need to get.
Science Division reports success.
Mega Cannon. An enormous mass accelerator cannon that can only be placed in a spinal mount and fires monstrously powerful rounds over vast distances. We can get the upgraded alloy processing. There we go, Titans. That will give us access to the Titan and the Ion Cannon, which will also unlock our ability to get the Colossus. As much as I would like to knock out a whole bunch more of these techs, combat techs, quickly, I'm going for Titans. So this will take 4.5 years. I think, yeah, she's at risk of death. There's a small chance she could die before this comes through. Oh, you change your mind now that you see all of these? Chimera doesn't have an admiral. Oh, there we go. We found a trickster. So Apurva Dodamani, we will recruit her for Gorgon. So we will take Darsh Prasad over to Chimera. And Gorgon will get her. Now all of these fleets, right now our shields are down being in this sector. I don't want to engage them with my shields down outside of this sector. So we are going to hold here to see exactly what they do. Of course, I do need reinforcements over at... let's see, you are a 54k fleet. Weak on shields. You've only got like 2 shield slots, so you're not going to lose a lot of power coming in here. You're going to be about 40 or so K at least. So I can leave behind about 40k worth of fleets here. Let's leave Hippogriff and Dragon. Now that means this is about another 70k of fleets that we are going to reroute to Euchromia. So that gives us 110, which should match them, and they'll be taking damage when they come into our territory. So we're going to reroute over to Euchromia with these large fleets and leave these others here to defend. 8 months away from Pulse Armor, but it's actually going to be pushed back because I'm going to be doing 3 more species modifications this year that'll probably take about 2 months apiece. So I'll only get about 3 months progress on this, if that.
Engaging enemy station.
Hello. Federation League entered a migration treaty with the Citizens Alliance of Orc and Fung. United Meravandium Imperium entered a commercial pact with the Citadel Research Institute. You decided to go follow Battle Corps, which is going this way. So where my fleets are headed back around to. They flipped this system. Now they're following a transport fleet. The transport fleets are coming here. So they're going to attempt to capture. They can handle that, I think. So they're going to get us a little bit more occupation. Relative Navy strength is now -15. If we can get rid of all the relative Navy strength, which is doubtful, but if we can get rid of it, we only need 7 more points of occupation to actually achieve our war goals. I think I'll go ahead and move my transport fleet in here to help with occupation. Let's see how this war has been going. I don't see enemy fleets present anymore. And we've almost got all the defense platforms. And we're tearing up their transport ships. Now this is the one for a enclave. We got an 80% chance to break through the next step. We did lose some ships, but man, we butchered their transports. We completely obliterated the Crimson Banner fleet, took out all the defense platforms, a cruiser in the strike corps, most of the Sisalt shards, and the assault corps, 1 destroyer out of Hakondine shards, and we gutted their transport fleets. There was actually no point defense in these fleets. Their fleets are all like autocannons and plasma. That's all the mercenaries are building up. We got a lot of debris though. So we need a ship down here to research. Well, we've got one in the next zone. Can it get over here? No. So we are going to have to repair and push on. So we're going to enter orbit. I could move another science vessel down this way. Let's see, I could have this one start assisting, doing active reconnaissance, and take the one that's here at the capital. Let's see, what ship is that? The Wayfarer. Let's pull the leader from the Wayfarer. And we will jump to Vith and start working on the debris with the Voyager. We had the relative Navy strength down to -14. It's gone up by 2 on their part. We hadn't gained any extra occupation yet from just those systems we flipped. They decided to enter orbit of that station. They might have changed their minds. Let's see, I'm about 2 months away from either direction there. Let's just hang here and see which way they go. That way we could rapidly assist another direction. I would rather them be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, committed to a path. They don't really have much in the way of fleets back over here that can come and assist around their capital. All we're really going to get are the new fleets they churn out and the ones that warped back that we need to deal with. And we do also have to be on the lookout for them recruiting a mercenary fleet that builds up here. Interstellar Picarian Coalition declared us their rival. We're not your rival. Soren Combined Clans broke off their commercial pact with the Interstellar Picarian Coalition. That's what you get for declaring me a rival. The people who like me won't like you.
New species variant available.
We've got the Miravandia as continental preference now. Rupert Beauclerk died at the age of 100. Let's pull Amy Keeler. That still gives me 8 months. Now we're going to need somebody assisting in detection over here. The Pilgrim is idle. So whoever, there we go. Anushka can assist cloaking detection. Strike Force Gorgon has been repaired. Following Battle Corps. Battle Corps has no orders. Soaring combined clans broke their migration treaty with the Interstellar Pricarian Coalition. Yeah, the minute you declared rival to me, you're going to be losing a lot of agreements with others. Alright, now they're headed to Euchromia again. Take us 2 months to get there. And we can start researching the projects, the debris here in Vilth. Now that we've cut off their reinforcements a little bit here, as soon as that fleet, where did it go? There was a fleet right here. It has vanished. Did it jump? No. It's not one of those three. Did they lose the contract? If they did, I would still see the fleet around here. Just neutral now. I can't remember the name of the fleet I originally saw, but it's gone now. But I was going to say, as soon as that fleet disappears or gets further along the way, I can move the rest of these forces over to Euchromia, but I'm not sure where they disappeared to. Let's advance it a little bit more. No, they didn't disappear in a hyperlane. I don't know what happened to their fleet. Did they get kicked out of the borders? I think that's what happened. Let's see if the Veteresian League closed their borders to them. No, the Veteresian League has not closed their borders to them, so that isn't what booted them out, I don't believe. And if they jumped, I'm not sure where they jumped to, because neither of those match the size. It was around a 30 or 40k fleet that has just vanished. Yeah, I don't know what happened to them. United Nations of Earth is in a research agreement with the sovereignty of Tuxcali. They've gone back to unknown orders. Where did the large fleet go? Those are Rishethian state fleets. Where did their big fleet go? Yeah, 2 of their fleets have just disappeared. Huh. That has me worried when they just sort of vanish like that. Where did they go? Did they close their borders to them? No. So Hierarchy of Moffith did not close their borders to the Glostwarhenians. And they didn't do a jump because they would just instantly appear. Where did they vanish to? There's a gateway right here, but it just leads right there. There's nothing in this system that they could have traveled through to just disappear. Where did their fleet go? Oh, the Kerfriga battle group is pushing on to take
New species variant available.
Monakadir for us. We got the Praku, that just leaves 1 species to modify. We'll get started on it in October. And then all of my species will be continental world preference. Now they can't have simply cloaked and me lost them because I have 100% intel. So I know where their ships are at all times. Which kind of defeats the purpose of their cloaking devices, honestly. When you can keep your intel up, that's the reason I'm able to see cloaked fleets from the Uthabulan Union when they were lurking around, because of my full intel. But since they are no longer over here, just a couple of weak fleets, we will leave Gorgon. And all of my other fleets are moving to the TRAPPIST system. Because we are going to push on into their territory, since it looks like we have finally broken, except for a few Rishethian state fleets over here. And the Rishethian state is back this way. I think we can handle the Rishethian state. The relative navy strength hasn't dropped, so those fleets aren't simply like mercenaries that they lost the contract on. My jump drive is recharged with the Wayfarer. We're going to jump back here and then do active reconnaissance when we appear and keep that ship in the capital. Have they begun the bombardment yet? Looks like it. No, not quite yet. They're just now getting into orbit. That's a fairly small fleet. They don't need much bombardment to overmatch them, since they did bring a 350 army, but the army appears to be wounded. Tendrzun has declared Gloswerhenians their rival again. Gloswerhenians declared Tendrzun their rival. Fortress Legionnaires are repaired. There is one planet in this system. It has a 307. We're going to begin bombardment of it. And after we bombard it a little bit and capture it, we will move on. That's just to help with occupation, building up occupation. And planets give more occupation score than systems do. Still no chaos over here. I wonder if they have jump drives. I can't look at their fleets. No, they just have level 2 hyperdrives. So I'm not sure who the most technologically advanced of this was that gave their jump drives to the Federation. They've got some brand new ships here. Let's see. They don't have jump drives on their brand new ships. I'm thinking it was the Uthabulan Union who had the best tech of the group. We can find out for sure if we go to the situation log. Alright, the Gloswerhenians have a technology level of 4259. Rishethian State had less. Yes, the Uthabulan Union was the most technologically advanced of them. That's probably the reason they were the leader of the place. So it was the Uthabulan Union that had the jump drives and the advanced cloaking and everything that the Federation was using for Federation ships. And all of their tech is going to be lost when their area is conquered. And when I create a new one, it's going to be my tech level, unfortunately. So they got a chunk of energy credits for us with their dividends. Oh no, our borrowed scientist who was really good has died. So let's actually go to see if the Citadel Research Institute has another really good leader. That one's field manipulation and an investigator. Yeah, they have a field manipulation investigator. We are not currently doing field manipulation, we are doing particles. We can't really recruit a really good one. We do have some ships that aren't currently making use of their leaders. We do not have a Voidcraft specialist. We do have, where's the emissary? That's the one assisting research in Tanab. She's pretty old too, though. But we'll get Eleanor Smith Jr. That gets it back down to a somewhat reasonable level. But now Tanab is going to need one of our higher levels. All right, that one's assisting research. That one's assisting cloaking. This one is only doing reconnaissance, but that's a level 1. I don't have an available one. So I guess since we're just assisting research here, doing reconnaissance here, we can grab the one from the Sagacious. Woo Juga. And that's the one that is in the Veteresian League. So that was a bit of a setback, not giving good progress toward Titans before she passed away. Alright, we've made contact with Zurikor.
Permanent communications have been established with an alien empire.
Welcome to Zurikor. We are a business conglomerate operating out of the Limsa system, specializing in trade. The very building blocks of civilization, as we like to say here at Zurikor. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you are interested in making a good deal. Now my envoy is available again, I will put them back in the galactic community. Wait, was his name Casada? I thought it said Quesadilla for a second there. We are rapidly approaching the Star Realms of Shar diplomatic weight. We're only about 20k behind. Let's see, they've got one more envoy in here than we do. I'm fine with any of these being in. It looks like all the ones I'm supporting are up top. I forgot to mention, I had started running I shut off terraforming gases, but I started running networked amenities. That dropped us by 100 Unity a month, and back when I started running it was back in July, and we were 40 months away, so it added 2 months basically to how long it's going to take us to get this, which I'm fine with. And I need to start the final species, not modify template, apply. And it will be done in 1 month. So it'll be done tomorrow. And then all of our species will be continental preference.
New species variant available.
So we're 6 months away from getting ancient
Science
pulsars.
Division report success.
Oh, is that an enemy fleet that just popped in? The Assault Corps. That's one of the ones that vanished. Well, you're about to get trounced. Oh, that does remind me, my ship should have jumped by now. Active reconnaissance. So we got a little bit to phase disruptors, flak artillery, advanced strike craft, advanced afterburners. And that gave us flak cannons, the tier 2 flak batteries. Upgraded flak batteries with new, more powerful shrapnel rounds. We've got them down below 300. I will go ahead and land and have Fortress Legionnaires deal with these miscreants.
Station reports enemy contact.
Alright, go back and repair. We didn't lose a ship. We devastated them. They have 2 corvettes and a battleship left in that fleet. And I think we got a new debris, didn't we? Yes. So after you get those 2, research that one. Flak artillery is still part of this one. So that, oh, look at that huge list. Well, some of these we have, like the 0-point reactor, the impulse thrusters. I think a lot of this we have. That was from the autocracy of Rakaron. What the hell? That's our ally. This says it's from the Commonwealth of Man. Apparently we're seeing their debris. Let's let it advance to next month and see if that's still there and says the same thing. Yeah, that's debris they generated. So that's the reason, but we're still going to survey it. We got a science ship over here, they don't. Now that took a chunk off their relative Navy strength. As we continue to push into their territory and claim systems, I'm not sure which way I want to push. I know after we take that one, we'll probably sweep both of these and then see which way our allies go. It looks like getting to this system cuts them off from the eastern side of their empire, and then we can kind of sweep back around here, hitting things. But I would really like to get to their capital and control it, I think. That's going to be a lot of occupation when we get it. It all depends on how many planets are in a system and how well defended they are as to how much occupation we're going to get and how quickly. Alright, so Mondakir has a very well defended planet. Why does it have so many defenders? Oh, it's got crime. Yeah, you've got 4 soldiers. Each one produces... Oh, that's why. Each one produces 3 planetary defense armies. So that's 12 planetary defense armies from the soldiers. And another 4 from the enforcers. That makes me wonder, how many defense armies does Unity have? It's only got about a 400 in garrison. But even worse would be St. Natchbull, I think it is. Leffingwell. 5,000 garrison. Yeah, that's a planet that is extremely well defended. Fortress Legionnaires is repaired. We're pushing on to Mondakir. And then we won't need to repair after this. That's just an outpost. We can begin bombarding Subarama. How are they doing with their bombardment over here? Oh, they've already begun the invasion. That's going to be a little bit more occupation.
Ground forces are dropping on target.
Oh, they've only got 4 armies left here. Yeah, this shouldn't take too awfully long. Oh man, they are tearing up those poor assault army.
Fleet action underway.
Well, we finally took out one of them. These guys are tough. What are they? Taverites. What is a Taverite? Lithoids. That would explain it. Oh, and they are earthbound. That gives them a bonus to defense army damage. These guys, oh, they're strong. These guys would make excellent battle thralls. Any Taverites on the slave market? Nope. No Taverites. We need to get our hands on some Taverites. We destroyed another destroyer that popped back up in the Monakadir system. Yeah, there must have been a destroyer in here when we moved in. You know, I've completely forgotten about the armies I assembled back here. Alright, all of you need to merge. So you're going to be merging with Transport Fleet 53. That should be 12 slave armies and 6 assault armies. Yep. All of you are merging. So Transport Fleet 53, which is this one, needs to start heading down this way. There's a pirate fleet. Yeah, the Rishethian state started headed back this way. I guess they were getting ready to go home for some reason. I'm not that worried about them. They are relatively weak. I think the defenders I left behind in Gorgon and Dragon... Actually, Dragon shouldn't have been there. Dragon should have gone with the others. Gorgon is going to stay there. I'm going to send Dragon over here. And those defenders should be able to handle anything from the Rishethians. Now this fight
enemy station
was a little uglier than I was expecting. I didn't realize the Taverites were so friggin' nasty. But it looks like it's under control now. We didn't take any damage dropping that outpost. We will begin bombardment here and start tearing up. Let's see, they got Polysimus, Numerians. Any more Taverites? Yep, there's a Taverite. They've got several Taverites over here. We need to bombard the hell out of this planet. Citizens Alliance of Orkham Fung has declared the Sorin Combined Clans their rival. And let's quickly see how well they're doing over here in Gakidam. They've just about conquered the planet. And then they will pull over this way and help push forward. Ah, good. They didn't get another slave army before we caused them to disengage.
Battle debris secured.
Now we will move this, what is left of my fleet, over here. Where it'll be a while, so I could actually have the other fleets all merge with it. They'll just make their way up here and merge with it. It'll take them a while. It says you're currently idle, so you're not giving me a time. Yeah, I'm going to have to let it advance before I figure out exactly how long it'll take. We got 10% to frequency tuning. They have flipped this system as well. That gave us 2% more occupation for those 2 planets. They're building up their navy. The relative navy strength has gone up to -15 from -14. But yeah, we capture about 10 more planets or obliterate their navy, and we're in the process of bombarding the hell out of a planet. That'll take a while. My other fleets have made it over here. I just got to keep an eye on the back ranks. So we will advance them as well. It'll only take them 4 months to get over here. And then we could actually start proceeding 2 directions with all the fleets we'll have over here. So now that we have a passage through here, we can tear up the Glosterhenians. Senate is still in recess for another year. I'm not that concerned about what comes in right now. I'm going to be spending a lot of my influence on dealing with my new vassals when this war ends. We have a new proposal. Repeal the Non-Interference Act by the Ad Norum Imperium. I support that. Forbidding the empires of galactic community from making use of resources that rightfully belongs to them just because savages squat on them is a violation of our intellectual and property rights. I 100% agree with you, my friends. About 5 more years before I can use another emergency measure. We'll have ancient pulse armor by April. I'm just going to wait till my other fleets get here before I check the progress on the planet we're bombarding. Oh, you are moving. It's only 45k in fleets. I'm not sure where you're going. I have about 43k there. And I have a 34k here. I think that is sufficient, because you're going to lose shields when you come in here. And you're going to be taking damage. You know, I actually have decided that the Crown Prince is probably her younger brother, considering there's only an 8-year age difference.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Ancient pulse armor. Ionized plates of armor can carry a reactive charge to alleviate the energy of impacts, using magnetic repulsion and field projection principles. Extra building slot, faster colony development, the Ministry of Production boosts my metallurgist and artisan output. 2 years to get the First League filing offices. Bureaucrats will produce amenities and additional unity. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock out the First League filing office. It only takes 2 years. Our pledge of loyalty from the United Latrepian Domains has expired. They still have decent loyalty, but of course we want to keep this going for 30 years. How'd you like exotic gases? 600. There you go. I could probably get more value by doing monthly trades of exotic gases, but we got progress toward flak artillery and advanced afterburners from that one. That was there's 1 debris left that says it has a ton of stuff in it, but that's all mainly stuff we already know. I see ya. I think you're going to focal. There's no hyper relay in this system. Yeah, there is. Why isn't it showing a connection? Oh, because it's under construction. But yeah, I think they're going to focal. Let's cloak them and move them over here. It'll only take 4 months to get here.
Spaceport reports enemy contact.
The Vuzabaru system. We have decloaked 2 science ships that finally made it back from the hegemony of Ubaria. They're about to get, unfortunately, obliterated. unless they decide to flee again. Latrepians agreed to the deal. There they are. We're still 3 months out. Well, what is this over here? A 30k fleet from them? Oh, they're fighting pirates. How big was the pirate fleet? 10k. They'll take some damage, but they'll win. Alright, now that it is July, and most of our fleets should have made it here, we have halved the army here in those 6 months. We've got it down to 400. And our fleet is only 250, but we aren't too far out from these other fleets joining us. Let's see, let's look at the farthest one. 2 months. Unless there's another one further back that I missed, which I don't think there is. And 2 months, all of these other fleets will have merged up with me. Oh, look at that, some Yankee. Where are they headed? I think they're going to Ambicia. So after this fleet comes in and gets dealt with, we may send somebody in there to hunt the Yankee. That'll give our science ship something else to do. But yes, we are bombarding the hell out of this planet. Do they have any troops here? They have 500 strength of troops here. So if they want to lead the invasion, I'm fine with that. And if they begin invading that, I will just move on to another planet. Probably go over here to this system and start bombarding some of these and softening them up for more occupation. It's saying our detection arrays detected a cloaked non-allied fleet here in Arcturus and forced it to decloak. How did I detect something way over here? This is the Fell Knoll Cooperative. I don't know how that happened. Alright, they just moved in a fleet here to get whacked. Now that's the Autocracy of Rakaron over here. Oh, they're in combat with them. The Autocracy of Rakaron was starting to move when these guys came in. Well, if they keep them tied up, I can stay over here bombarding the planet and get it down enough for one of us to invade.
Fleet action underway.
Strike Force Scylla got in range of them. Oh, that's because I keep Strike Force Scylla on aggressive. Yeah, because it makes sense for me for the Morays to be aggressive. So yeah, them coming over to get a few kills, I can live with that.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
They fled once I joined the fight. Now you're going back to bombarding the planet. Good. We got flak artillery, advanced afterburners, advanced strike craft, and phase disruptors. That completed phase disruptors, the top level of disintegrators. Extremely high yield disruptors that fire quantum energy charges, causing incredible damage to those unfortunate enough to get in their way. We're 1 month from particle lances, and then we'll get to choose a new one. And let's go ahead and have the Voyager move onward to Ambrosia. As a matter of fact, where are you? Yankee are really good at tearing down shields. I have heavy armor. Let's chase down the Yankee with Moray.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
I want you to go. Can I not give you orders to move over here? Oh, you're not my fleet. Where's my fleet? Where's the Moray? Alright, let me have you divert around. I don't want you to get involved in that outpost fight. Particle lances. These heavy energy weapons fire focused particle beams that can cause massive damage. The size of the emitter arrays limits their use to battleships and Titans. 3 years to upgrade our cloaking generators. 2 years for the best lasers. 2 years for the best shields. The arc emitter. Minimum range is only 10 on it. It goes out to 150. That would take almost 4 years. Let's start working on the elite cloaking fields. It'll take 3 years, but we can start working on it. We could actually speed that up, because that is field manipulation. That is what that other scientist was. We could trade for that other scientist and get her over here. I have the most motes. Let's see if you do this for motes. 400 motes for a scientist. We'll do that. Oh, I need to be watching.
Inbound message traffic.
Yeah, you want peace. I know you do. Come now, human. Let us end this war before it gets out of hand. These are our terms. Decline. Boy, I'm fast. Glossworhenians broke the migration treaty with the autocracy of Rakaron. Can I get there before they jump?
Fleet action
Yes!
underway.
Alright, she transferred Kui Jang. So let's see if we put her in here. 35 months. That knocked 5 months off of it. That was definitely worth it. Get 'em, boys. They're not fighting back. We caught them in the middle of a jump. They're kind of messed up. But we did get debris out of it. We didn't get them all. Chase them down. But that gives my scientists something to do. A little bit more progress to energy siphons. Alright, they are definitely moving in. I'm in position. We need to move Strike Force Dragon in. And then we are going to butcher their fleets. Have you guys begun the invasion yet? Nope, it's down to 200. What you waiting on? I've got an 888 transport fleet here. How big was yours? 619? I think 888 is sufficient. We're going to land. And I'm going to move my fleets onward. Let's see, the Fortress Legionnaires is the ones I want to head toward the capital. So we're going that way. Actually, we'll swing by Lithoris with the Fortress Legionnaires. Or no, we are going to Polgar with the Fortress Legionnaires. Who else do we have here? Chimera. Pegasus. And Hippogriff. Altogether, they total about 60k. Let's have a look at their station. They have missiles, so they're not all short-range stuff. Missiles and fighters. So yeah, Hippogriff, Pegasus, and Chimera come to this system. Hippogriff is the slowest. You and Pegasus follow Hippogriff. That's got to be Hippogriff. Yeah. So y'all follow Hippogriff, and Hippogriff will take its way around there 4 months and then take that system. And Scylla is just going to track down these Tiyanki and then probably hit a few outposts, though I don't know about them hitting outposts. They're kind of close range. They're all autocannons. And they have no shields. I would rather them stay away from the outpost and let other people handle them. You guys
Fleet
are
action underway.
for such a surprise. So we only got 2 of the calves and 1 of the cows. Gloucesterians declared Tender Zun their rival. Weren't they already your rival? Yeah, we made it through to get to the others. They are fighting back now.
All sword ground elements are dropping on target.
We have successfully hunted down and killed some wild Yankee. So we got a chunk of gases and energy credits. And it looks like we got pulled into fighting this station. But we do have another fleet assisting us. We've got some more debris here. When my scientist finishes this one. As soon as I figure out where the hell he went, there he is. He can research that one. We only took about 26 points of damage doing that. And eliminated the herd. Oh, what is this? There's a space amoeba in one of my allies there. I don't think I have a fleet hanging back here, do I? The Pegasus reinforcements. 4 cruisers. 7K. We will send them to track down these space amoeba. Round Nut embraces cybernetics. Alright, word is leaking out of significant changes taking place within the borders of the Miravandian coalition. It would appear that they have been fully embraced the technology of cybernetics. We've seen this one before with the Uthabulans. They're now the Miravandia Superior. Okay, they named their capital Round Nut. Is that it? Miravandia Coalition? Where are they? Their capital is called Round Nut. I may have to nuke you out of existence just for that.
Engaging enemy station.
Alright, where is Dragon? Dragon is back over here. Yeah, we're going to be engaging that outpost. Oh my, that fight went fairly well, I think. Okay, I've got to keep an eye over here. Did you guys change your mind? No, you didn't. Interstellar Precarian Coalition made peace with the Fel Null. Interstellar Precarian Coalition was humiliated. No other effects. We took 400 damage to our hull. I mean to our armor doing that. We're going to pull back here to repair. That is an actual starbase? No, that's just a star. That's more than an outpost. No, it's an outpost. I could have sworn it had a... They must have downgraded it. But we'll pull back to Filth then, I guess, to repair. Now, I want to keep an eye on this system.
Ground objective secured.
So that I can prepare my ambush. Stop pulling me away from things, people. Tender Zun declared Gloucesterians their rival. Alright, this fleet needs to follow Hippogriff. That should be Hippogriff. Yes. Now, I'm trying to watch a battle here, people. They're going to be without shields. Allied Multics have declared Citizen Confederation of Gavazul their rival. Now this is a bad spot to stick Dragon. I made Dragon have all the enhanced shield regeneration stuff. They're really ineffective in this system. But these guys are... Oh, no, you do not! You do not get to run.
Fleet action underway. Engaging enemy station.
Recent victory in the focal system has awakened the hunter in Admiral Apurva Dodamani, who has now become a much more aggressive commander. Trickster and aggressive, good. There. Now, we did lose some ships, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so... Fortress Legionnaires took that outpost with no damage but shields. How bad is this system? I don't have point defense. That's going to hurt. What about you guys? You guys are on their way to the capital. Well, we'll just go with you. What the hell? We lost 4 corvettes in Gorgon and 1 corvette in Dragon. We did a number on their fleets. Their Manticore Legionnaires fleet was extremely hit. Their others got out with minimal casualties. Glossworhenians are in a migration treaty with the Interstellar Picarian Coalition. So both of you need to pull back for repairs at Andak. And we actually have some debris here with the hyper shields. What the hell? Where did you guys come from? Okay, we're going to repair and go up there and deal with them. I need a scientist over this way. You know what? There you are. I thought I had a scientist over this way. Alright, I have an available scientist. We're going to research that project. Where's Medusa? There's nobody up here. Medusa's coming down here. It's going to take a while. You've got some fleets in the area that are damaged. But yes, we are definitely going to retake Zolomon before we sue for peace. You got another fleet here. Manticore Commandos. Another fleet over here. Yeah, we're going to bring Medusa down here to help. I think Medusa would actually be a good one to put near the focal system. That's what I get for getting too focused on one battle. We're up to 22% occupation. We just need 17 more to get this war as a victory. But we've got to have Zolomon back before we do that. I don't want it to accidentally change hands. Strike Force Scylla is repaired. That did not take long. Boy, they just zoomed back, repaired, and now they're ready again. You know, they might actually be pretty good at sweeping some outposts. Yeah, let's have Scylla sweep around here and see how well they perform.
Engaging enemy station.
Transport Fleet 45. Why is Transport Fleet 45 engaging the enemy station? You're supposed to be following... Why is Transport Fleet 45 the only one in combat? Seriously, it was supposed to be behind the others. Alright, everybody go deal with this one that seems to be wanting to shoot my transports that for some reason have charged ahead. Transports? Hang back, you morons. Alright, this fleet that's coming up is a 23k fleet. Dragon can handle that one. This is a 33k fleet. I think I need Gorgon to head around there. Though and they will probably get there before Medusa gets down there. But I need to pull Medusa down this way since they aren't trying to come up this way. I need to deal with these stupid Rishethian state fleets that keep coming in. We've pretty much got the Glosterhenians hemmed down. I'm not really seeing much in the way of fleets from them anymore. And of course the Miravandians have not participated in the battle at all. Probably because... No, they don't have closed borders with the Genlot. So why aren't they sending their fleets back around this way? Why are they not participating in the fight with their allies? But it has been another 5 years. So we're going to call this an episode. Let me queue up another hyper relay. Well, we're only half done with this one. No rush. Well, I'll go ahead and queue it up. Just so there's no interruption. Oh, crap. I interrupted it. Now I've got to start all over. Yeah, okay, so I was going to say queue it up so there's no interruption. Now I got to start all over. I'm just going to let it go. But it's been another 5 years, so we'll call this an episode. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time.